In the heart of the lush green canopies of Central and South America, where sunlight filters through the leaves in golden beams, there lives a creature that moves so slowly it seems to defy the very laws of nature. It's not a myth, nor a legend. It's real, and it's called the sloth. At first glance, a sloth might look like it's just lounging in the trees, doing nothing at all. Its slow movements, lazy demeanor, and seemingly uninterested expression have led many people to believe that sloths are simply lazy. But what if I told you that this is one of the biggest misconceptions about one of the most fascinating animals on the planet? Sloths aren't slow because they're lazy. They're slow because they've evolved to be perfectly adapted to their environment. In fact, their unique way of life is a masterpiece of survival, a strategy so clever that it has allowed them to thrive for millions of years. So, why do sloths move so slowly? What makes them so different from other animals? And how can something that looks so inactive actually be one of the smartest creatures in the rainforest? Let's take a journey into the world of the sloth, where slowness is not a weakness, but a strength, and where every movement is a carefully calculated step toward survival. If you've ever seen a sloth, you might have thought it was just taking a nap. Its body hangs from a tree, its eyes half closed, its limbs moving as if time itself had slowed down. This image has become so iconic that it's often used to describe someone who is lazy or unmotivated. But here's the truth: sloths are not lazy. They are simply evolutionarily optimized for a specific way of life. Their slow movements are not a sign of weakness. They are a result of millions of years of adaptation to their environment. Sloths spend almost their entire lives hanging upside down in the trees, eating leaves, sleeping, and avoiding predators. Their metabolism is incredibly slow, which means they don't need to eat very often. In fact, a sloth can go up to a week without eating, and still survive. This low-energy lifestyle is a key part of their survival strategy. By moving slowly and conserving energy, sloths avoid drawing attention to themselves. After all, in a forest full of predators, being visible is dangerous. But how did such a slow-moving animal evolve in the first place? And why do they have such an unusual way of life? To understand why sloths move so slowly, we need to look at their biology. Sloths have a very low metabolic rate, which means their bodies use energy at a much slower pace than most animals. This is partly due to their small muscles, which are designed for endurance rather than speed. Unlike fast-moving animals like cheetahs or gazelles, sloths don't need to run or jump. Instead, they rely on their strong curved claws and long limbs to hang from branches and move between trees. Their muscles are built for strength and stability, not speed. Another important factor is their diet. Sloths primarily eat leaves, which are tough, fibrous, and low in nutrients. To digest these leaves, sloths have a complex digestive system that takes several days to process food. This slow digestion requires even more energy conservation, reinforcing their slow-moving lifestyle. But here's the surprising thing: despite their slow pace, sloths are not weak. In fact, their muscles are extremely strong. A single claw can support the weight of an adult human, and their grip is so powerful that it's nearly impossible to pull a sloth off a tree. So while sloths may appear to be moving in slow motion, they are actually using their strength and intelligence to survive in a world that is not always kind to the slow and the quiet. Sloths are often misunderstood, but their lives are far more complex than they appear. They are not just passive creatures sitting in trees, they are active participants in their environment, with behaviors that are both fascinating and mysterious. For example, sloths have a unique relationship with algae. Their fur is home to a special type of algae that grows in their hair, giving them a greenish tint. This algae provides the sloth with additional nutrients, and it also helps them blend in with the leaves around them, making them less visible to predators. But how does this algae grow? And why do sloths allow it to live on their skin? Scientists believe that the algae benefits from the moisture and nutrients in the sloth's fur, while the sloth gains protection and extra nutrition. This is a perfect example of mutualism, where two species benefit from each other. Another interesting fact about sloths is that they defecate only once a week. This behavior is one of the most mysterious aspects of their life. Researchers have observed that sloths will descend from the trees to defecate, which puts them at risk of predation. But why would they do this? Some scientists believe that sloths do this to maintain social bonds. By leaving their waste behind, they may be communicating with other sloths in the area. Others suggest that the act of defecating on the ground may help them replenish nutrients from the soil. Whatever the reason, this behavior adds another layer of mystery to the already enigmatic life of the sloth. While sloths are not known for being vocal animals, they do communicate in ways that are not immediately obvious. Unlike loud birds or monkeys, sloths rely on subtle sounds and body language to interact with each other. Studies have shown that sloths produce a variety of soft grunts, squeaks, and even screams when they are threatened or stressed. These sounds are usually low-pitched and difficult to hear, which may help them avoid attracting unwanted attention. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of sloth communication is their use of scent. Sloths have a special gland near their armpits that releases a unique odor. Scientists believe that this scent plays a role in attracting mates or marking territory. This form of communication is especially important in a forest where visibility is limited. If a sloth can't see another sloth, it can still sense its presence through smell. Despite their slow pace, sloths play a vital role in the rainforest ecosystem. They are important seed dispersers, helping to spread the seeds of the trees they eat. Their droppings contain undigested seeds, which can germinate and grow into new plants. Additionally, sloths provide a home for a wide range of other creatures. Their fur is a habitat for moths, beetles, and even small mammals. Some species of moths are so closely associated with sloths that they can only survive if they live on them. This symbiotic relationship highlights the importance of sloths in maintaining the balance of the rainforest. Without them, many other species could struggle to survive. Despite their incredible adaptations, sloths face numerous threats in the modern world. Habitat destruction, climate change, and human encroachment are all putting pressure on their populations. One of the biggest challenges is the loss of rainforest habitat. As forests are cleared for agriculture, logging, and urban development, sloths lose the canopy they depend on to survive. Without these habitats, their numbers are declining. Another major threat is climate change, which is altering the temperature and rainfall patterns in the rainforest. Sloths rely on consistent humidity and temperature to keep their bodies functioning properly. If these conditions change too quickly, they may not be able to adapt. Pollution is also a growing concern. Chemical runoff from farms and industries can contaminate the water that sloths depend on. Even small amounts of pollutants can be harmful to these sensitive creatures. Scientists and conservationists are working hard to protect sloths and their habitats. Efforts include habitat restoration, environmental education, and research into their biology and behavior. But the future of the sloth depends on our willingness to act. As our understanding of sloths grows, so too does our appreciation for their complexity. Scientists are now using advanced imaging technology, genetic analysis, and behavioral studies to uncover the secrets of these fascinating creatures. One area of current research involves the evolutionary history of the sloth. By comparing the DNA of different species, scientists hope to understand how these animals evolved from their fast-moving ancestors and adapted to life in the trees. Another exciting field of study is the neurobiology of the sloth. Researchers are investigating how the sloth's brain processes information, especially in relation to its unique vision and hearing abilities. And then there's the ecological impact of the sloth. With rising temperatures and increasing human activity, scientists are concerned about the future of the sloth's habitat. Protecting these creatures may require more than just conservation efforts. It may require a complete rethinking of how we manage tropical ecosystems. The sloth is more than just a curious oddity. It is a living testament to the power of evolution, a creature that has adapted to a world that was never meant for it. With its slow movements, unique biology, and mysterious behavior, the sloth captures the imagination in a way few other animals can. But what makes the sloth truly remarkable is not just its physical traits. It's the way it reminds us that not everything needs to be fast to be successful. In a world that often values speed and efficiency, the sloth teaches us a different lesson, that slow and steady can be the ultimate advantage. So the next time you think about the sloth, remember that it's not lazy. It's not slow. It's just perfectly designed for its world.